Good morning. My name is Emma, and this is a meditation to help connect you to your values. When I first started doing some self work and personal healing, finding my values was one of the first things that I did. And I think it's an important step along any healing journey, along any path, because connecting and finding your values helps you make choices that are aligned with you. When we're moving throughout our day to day, we make all these tiny choices like what we're going to eat and who we're going to speak to and how we're going to spend our time. And all these choices, they compound over time. And when I started looking at my values, I realized that a lot of the choices that I was making weren't really in alignment with what I valued. The more you practice your values and the more you recognize your values in your daily life, the easier it is to create a life that feels like you and that you're proud of. So if, for example, one of your values is peace, but you never find a time to be peaceful throughout your day, you're just going to constantly be searching for something that gives you peace and never really finding it until you prioritize it. So with that being said, let's start the meditation. So come into a comfortable seat, or you can be standing or laying down, whatever feels best for you. Just begin to really lengthen your spine and create some space between your vertebrae. Imagine you have a cord pulling from the top of your head up through the ceiling. Lengthen through the back of your neck. Release the muscles of your face and your jaw. And maybe you close your eyes or just take a soft gaze toward the floor. And allow your hands to rest open in your lap and adjust your receptivity. And before we do anything else, we're just going to take a moment to tune into our breath. Just notice how you're breathing right now. If you're just beginning your day, your breath might be long and slow. But maybe you've already done a lot today, or you've already had your coffee and you're breathing just a little bit faster. Just noticing your breath as it moves through your body. And start to notice if your inhale is longer or shorter than your exhale. And if you can, just within the next few rounds of breath, see if you can make your inhale and exhale equal length. So matching the energy coming in, the energy going out. And if it helps, you might add a count to your breath. Inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 4. Just finding a nice, easy rhythm as you match the inhale and exhale. And then next, I want you to notice if your breath stops in the chest, or if you can feel your belly move with each inhale and exhale. And just gently, without any effort really, begin to pull your breath into your belly, just lengthening and pulling your breath into your belly on the inhale. And then with each exhale, let all the air out. So press your belly button into the spine and let all the air come out. Nice deep breaths in. And getting rid of all the air on the exhale. Just slowly, one breath at a time, dropping into the present moment and into your body. And during this meditation to find our values, we're going to take a little journey into your past. Because many of our values, whether we realize it or not, are set up during our childhood. And to discover our values, the ones that drive us consciously or unconsciously in our adulthood, we need to look for clues in our childhood. So continue breathing nice and deep and even. I want you to bring to mind some scenarios, some events from your childhood where you felt like something was missing. And you don't need to go super deep if you don't want to, although you can if you do. But just start to think about some things in your childhood that might have been missing. So now look at those memories and ask yourself how that lack, whatever was missing, has led to the creation of your values. So maybe if you didn't get enough alone time as a child, maybe now you crave alone time. Or maybe you never got to spend time with people and you crave socialization. Just begin to look at your memories and see how they've influenced you and led you towards your values, the things you value today. I'll give you some time here just to breathe and think about your childhood. Start to take some deep breaths into your belly. Gently bring yourself back to right now, this present moment. Following the inhale into your belly and the exhale as all the air comes out. Now I'd like you to think about one of your values, just one. You can choose whichever one you feel strongest about or just one to play around with. And now I'd like you to picture a day in the life, an average day in your life, from your morning routine to the people you spend time with, to your job, to your hobbies. And just see how often you are practicing that value. Maybe it's a lot. Maybe you feel like you practice that value on a daily basis. But maybe it's not so much. Maybe this is more of an aspirational value for you. Just take a few moments here to look at your day, the average day, not the exceptional days, but the average day. Take a few more deep breaths here as you see how that value shows up for you. Gently begin to come back to your breath and let go of that day. Let go of the past. And now let's start to look to the future. You can take that same value, or a different one if you like, and ask yourself how you might honor that value more. It can be something big, but more likely than not, integrating values into our life requires some smaller actions. It's easier to bring them in our daily practices, our daily life. And so ask yourself, what are some ways I can practice my values more in my daily routine? And you don't really have to think. Just allow your heart, allow your body to show you, to speak to you about the ways in which you can incorporate these values. And it might be that it feels overwhelming or impossible right now, but we're not really trying to implement them. We're just imagining. We're just seeing what's possible. We're just playing with the idea of our values. Whether or not you act on it is up to you. But don't limit yourself before you can even dream. I'm going to give you a few moments here to imagine what it would be like to live your values in an average day. Slowly and gently begin to come back to your breath. And for the final time, just find that nice, deep, even rhythm as we let go of what could be and come back into the present moment. Following the breath in and out as we ground ourselves into this moment, into the present. Gently begin to be in your body breathing. Feel where your seat presses up against your body, supporting you, grounding you here. Start to notice any noises, any sounds in your environment. Feel the clothes where they press against your skin and the air on your exposed face and hands. And then slowly, in your own time, gently begin to open your eyes and come back into your space. Slowly and gently coming back. This little journey that we've taken together to find and examine your values is a really powerful one. And I hope you think so too. I hope you've gotten some insights into why you do what you do, why you've chosen to live the life that you're living, why your day is the way that it is compared to other people's. Your values define so much, whether or not you practice them, and becoming aware of them is a powerful first step towards creating the life of your dreams. If you like, I invite you to take 10-15 minutes to journal about your values, the ones that have come up during this practice, including any ways that you might bring these practices in your daily life. And as I said during the meditation, it doesn't mean you have to do this right away. The awareness is just as important, because as you become more aware of your values and as you become more aware of how you're spending your time and how you're using your time and how much you're honoring those values in your daily life, that alone will create change. That alone will make you think where you didn't before. And so I really hope that you take the time to jot a few ideas down and just contemplate this a little bit in your daily life. And if you like, you can follow along for some more meditations and movement practices to get you in touch with your deepest, truest, energetic self, to find your values and to practice them more in your daily life. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you soon.